So to wrap up Chapter 8, Week 9, some things that you may have picked up along the way is, and there's a discussion question that's really along the lines of what I wanted to talk about. This chapter's on individual income tax computation. And one of the things that it talks to you about is self-employment tax. And so on page 21, it talks about the difference between an employee and an independent contractor. And oftentimes, and this is one of the discussion questions, this guy wanted to work for a CPA firm, but he also wanted to work on his father's farm in Montana. So the CPA firm offered to let him work as an independent contractor during fall and winter, and they were actually going to give him a 5% higher salary because he was working as a contract laborer rather than an employee. So he thought this was a really good deal. But what people often don't realize is when you're an independent contractor, you are responsible for all of the self-employment tax, which is 15.3%. And so if you're an employee, you're paying 7.65, 6.2 Social Security, and 1.45 Medicare. But if you're self-employed, you're also paying that other 7.65% that the employer would normally pay. So even though this guy's getting 5% higher salary, he's actually paying more in taxes because he's having to pay that additional Social Security and Medicare. Now, there's a calculation in your book, and this often throws people off, but it's 15.3% times 0.9235, and you can look at that calculation in your book. And so he's actually paying 6.5% more than he would if he was an employee, so that 5% raise doesn't help. Also, he's not getting the benefits of being an employee like health insurance or retirement. But on the other note, he is able to write off his expenses, travel and equipment and so forth, meals, some meals. And so, it just depends on the situation. You've got to analyze what would your expenses to be, what benefits does the company offer if you're an employee. And so again, it's no perfect answer to that question. Is it better to be an employee or independent contractor? The answer is it depends. And hopefully you picked up on some of that in Chapter 8.